our personal wins. So I'm going to start my personal win. So I joined the running squad on Saturday, just on Saturday, but it was great, and I plan to do it once in a week for now. So that's my personal week, my personal win this week. Let me nominate another person to share their personal wins. So Emery, do you want to share us? Yeah.
All right. So let me think. I guess I should start from the most important one. Yesterday in the evening, around 11 p.m., we were playing FIFA here at the office. And there was a big game, Liverpool versus Galatasaray. So the first game, even if Galatasaray played better, we lost 2-1. Mikias played very well, so he used his chances, and the game ended 2-1. But in the second game, Osimhen, Leroy Sané, Barış Alper Yılmaz, they were all great. Gabriel Sara, and we got a historic 4-1 win at Anfield Road. Even if it was on FIFA, it was very enjoyable. And we'll definitely play more. So, Tim, it's really, really nice to see that we are working hard. We are also playing hard. And I am very happy to see that FIFA 26 is a game that is fitting into my playing styles. So in that regard, yeah, this was my personal win. One thing that I want to improve. So I wasn't able to run as much as I wanted this week. So like Nardos, I was only an attendee for our runs for Saturday. So I was a bit feeling under the weather, and I feel better. So tomorrow I will definitely be there. Can't wait for our big run tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. And for the nomination, Mickey.
Okay. Thank you, Emre. Now that you mentioned it, like FIFA have been a great, a great game between our colleagues in the office, and I've beaten all of these guys that you are seeing here, basically. But I've lost some also. And it has been a great week, actually. We were working, especially here in Rwanda, in the education side. There have been a lot of successful things with the promotions and everything. So I've been a part of that, which is a good thing. And yeah, this is what I can share for my personal wins. Thank you, guys. And for the next one, I would nominate.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Okay. So I'll be sharing my personal wins. So this week, my personal win will be I've improved my running skills. My breathing has improved thanks to Enre and my colleagues. And I was able to run the whole lap without stopping. So that was my big personal win this week. I don't have any other one, so I have to nominate. Okay. Nahum. Nahum Amara.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this week, it was pretty much a busy week, lots of tasks on the education side. As Miki said, lots of successes as well. On a personal note, something I remember is I have been reducing my caffeine intake, especially during the nighttime. So yeah, that has definitely improved my sleep, and also it's helping me wake up earlier in the morning. So yeah, I would say that's my win for this week. That's pretty much it. Let me nominate Yosef.
Well, I've increased the use of caffeine lately. I was just, so my personal win this week is also trying to continue the. I recently joined the gym. I started working out on gym, and And this week also pretty much I'm pushing to still to continue working out, to continue pushing forward. So my personal win for this week also is that. So I should nominate. I don't really see much. Okay, maybe Kadus Kadus Mangustu.
Maybe another person.
Okay, okay, Kimbon then.
Okay, thank you, Yosef. Uh, this week, I would say like it's been a while since I wrote something, so I love to write stories. I enjoy writing, so I managed to write 2 stories. Uh, yeah, I think I would consider that as a win, like for this week. Uh, for next, I would like to nominate Karkidan.
Alkidan is streaming. Another person.
Okay. Okay, David Alamaya.
Okay. Good one, yeah.
Hello, everyone. This week I don't have any that much win. Yeah, the past weekend half I got injured, so I didn't run that much as I want. So that can't win, so just a loss. Win. Maybe we went to Facenda last week on the weekend. Might be that win. It was a great place, so that could be great win. I'm gonna nominate Hasset.
So hi everyone. So my personal win for the week is have been consistent on the morning run that I have started, and I'm seeing a progress. So hopefully I would be a runner like Mahari.
One more. Has it? One more person, please.
Um, uh, from do we have?
Yes.
Okay, so um, let's nominate Sukrasilasi.
Sukarsilasi, can you hear us? Can you share us your personal wins? Okay. Um. Okay. I guess you can't talk right now, so let me try to nominate one more person. Um. Heyman, can you share us your personal wins?
Hi everyone. So this week was a bit hectic on my side. I wasn't able to do much on the personal side, but I've been planning to go and play sports in the morning for the past few weeks, and I did it today morning. So I was able to have a basketball game today morning. So I consider that as my personal win. Yeah.
Thank you, Heyman, for telling us your personal wins, and thank you everyone who shared us their personal wins. We can move to the next part, which is which is organizational updates, and it will be presented by Emre in a few seconds. Okay.
Thank you very much, Nardos. Yes, team, when we take a look at the wins and plans from the organizational side, we successfully conducted our second board meeting of the year. So this is kind of a late time to have the second board meeting, but due to our transition, we wanted to push, and everything that has an effect also has a side effect. The beautiful side effect of having the second board meeting now is that in the remaining time of the year, we have to have two more meetings. So indeed, the next one is scheduled for next meeting. So in this one, we have actually introduced two new board members. Professor Ricardo Baezayet. Some of you may remember him from 2023 hackathon. He was one of our jury members. He officially has joined our board. So he is very well-known person in the field of information retrieval and machine learning. Currently, he is working on AI ethics, and he's the author of the most popular book in information retrieval in computer science in the world. So in that regard, I am very happy. And Ricardo is going to be a great figure in our board. He loves Africa. He has done a lot for this continent as well. He's involved in some projects. Indeed, recently he was in Rwanda for a workshop. And hopefully his next visit for the continent is not going to be far from now. Next up, Salman. You may know his name because we have a product squad thanks to Salman's efforts. He has been our product management mentor for so long. I met him in Bay Area, and at that time I didn't know how important figures we are for each other because he's Turkish, I am Turkish. I worked at Google, he worked at Facebook, and he also lived a decent portion of his life in Africa. Indeed, we came to Africa a few months apart from each other. And I came to Ethiopia, he came to Kenya. Now he's back to Bay Area, and he wasn't feeling great of not being in here. So after Trump was in charge, he wanted to convert his green card to citizenship. And to do that, he needs to be in United States. And he was feeling sad because while he's in United States, he's not in Africa. So this way, he will definitely have the direct touch with the continent and continue serving our beautiful mission. By the way, social media team, can we make an arrangement for this camera? Like, I don't want to be in the position of going back and forth. Can we have this camera looking from this side so that I can see the remote attendees as well as our attendees while I'm giving the updates? Like now, if I turn to my people, I'm going to turn my back to our remote people. If I turn here, I will turn my back to our people. Can you just place another camera here or place this one over there? Yes, please. Yeah, if the cable connection is not that important, you can just relocate the camera this side. That should do the job. Okay. So if I stand here now, I can see everybody, right? Okay, this is much better. Thank you. And in the future, we can set two cameras if you want to capture both sides. Perfect. Yes, so what is going to happen in the following board meeting? Well, this was more about discussing the updates and telling them the discussion points, like the questions to think of. And in the following board meeting, our board is going to come back with the thoughts that are generated on those discussion points. So we are going to have the next board meeting, the third board meeting, next Wednesday. All right, weekly with surprise. Team, as you see now, no, not this one, this is mine, right? We all have our beautiful juices and small snacks, and hopefully this is going to be something regular for the future weeks as well. If you have any feedback in terms of what you want to have as the weekly with surprise, feel free to communicate with us or directly with Coco, and hopefully we can make this part of our beautiful event moving forward. Let's continue. Outdoor branding, lobby meeting room work is going full force. And indeed, we made a very good progress. So the last piece of our outdoor branding is finalized today. Biruko, Melissa made another phenomenal job. I'm not going to remove the surprise, so just wait, and you are going to see how beautiful the last piece is going to look like for our outdoor branding. That is coming to the left corner of this building. Like when you enter from outside, there is one area, like it is like rectangular, looking directly to the people coming direction. And there will be another light box over there. Wait for it. It is looking amazing. And for the lobby, I think it's better for you to wait and see. It is going to be amazing, guys. So core dev interviews are going on. Indeed, some of our members are currently not joining weekly wins because they are going through those interviews. We are planning to finish them all by the end of tomorrow, except the behavioral ones. So DSA and track interviews will be done by the end of tomorrow. And Dave HR already started reaching out to the candidates who are successful after the technical interviews. And if they are also successful in the behavioral interviews, they will proceed with the executive calls and get the offers. Giving Tuesday preparations are going on. Giving Tuesday is 2nd of December. Andre, our head of fundraising, already put together a beautiful campaign page on GiveButter. And our web developer, Joshua, our website developer, Joshua, has updated our donation workflows. Now, anybody who has or has not PayPal account can donate through their cards on our website. Thank you very much, Joshua. And there is one more addition. So previously, we didn't have a thank you page. We had the donation page, but we didn't have the thank you page. And this was a very big missing piece. Can you guess why? Anyone who has some machine learning understanding? Interesting question that is also open for remote attendees. Why? Not having a thank you page, just having the donation page, but not having the thank you page. Why could this be a game changer? Or like having the thank you page, why would it be a great addition? All right, maybe this time let me take this one. So team, machine learning models can optimize for some targets, right? You can tell a model that, hey, optimize for users who are going to see this page. Up to Joshua building a thank you page after the payment. The last touch point of our funnel for donation was the donation page. So we were optimizing to bring people to the donation page. But just because they come to the donation page, does that mean that they made donation? They come to the donation page, but they may leave at that page. So if we are optimizing to bring people to the donation page, we are not actually optimizing for the donation. But when you have the thank you page after the donation, and if we start optimizing for the thank you page, who comes to the thank you page? People who already donated. So this is the right group of people that we want to optimize for. So that's why this was suggested by the company that we are working with for Google Ads optimization. So Google gives a very generous $10,000 per month ad credits for non-profit organizations. The company that we are working with is called Project World Impact. They work with many NGOs like us to optimize their advertising budget. This has been suggested by them, and it was my pleasure to email them today and say that our web developer Joshua has implemented this beautiful addition. So hopefully in this giving season, we have something great to optimize for. Thank you, Joshua. All right, next. Oh, sorry for the duplication of the Given Tuesday preparations team. It's my bad. I will remove it right after I go back. So launch rehearsals. For this one, actually, Clement, I want to leave the stage to you. You have already started working with some of our leaders. So the presentations will take place, and this is our golden opportunity. So would you like to tell us more? What are we doing at the moment? And any tips for future A2SV presenters?
Thanks, everyone. Let me just turn this camera a little bit. Right. So what we have started working on is more as a sales pitch, marketing pitch, more than the technical pitch. So right now, what we are trying to do is to make sure that because we have very little time, so in that time, that's when everything has to come in place. everything that we've been working on for all of this time, all the nights that we've spent, we are going to have the time, opportunity to be able to showcase. And what is at stake is that we might have clients, we might have investors, we might have partners. So, which means that we are spending a lot of time trying to make sure that we can fine tune it. So, in this past week, we have started with the first round of the introductions. This coming week, we are now going to first fine tune it. Then you can do a presentation in front of you and you can give us your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Clement. And we are all looking forward to making great presentations in our launch event that is coming soon. And team, we had a beautiful, beautiful team trip. Maybe we are going to hear more updates from Department HR when the updates come. But thanks everyone for joining. I had a great time. The horse riding was especially beautiful in the nature. And if I have more time in the future, like I said this previously for becoming a pilot, I get the first lesson, but I didn't get the further lessons. But yeah, horse riding, again, I really enjoyed the activity. Maybe when I have more time, when I'm 60, 70 something, I want to learn horse riding. It was a beautiful activity. All right, so let's take a look at the plans for the next week. A2SV incorporation in Rwanda. Team, we got the document. Sorry, they said that the document is signed and they will send it after the email. I sent the email. Mean ICT signed action plan for A2SV is coming. And after that, there is only one thing left, which is the identification documents of our board members and their signed CVs. I have received 3 of them, and 3 more people are supposed to send it. I really hope early next week our incorporation is going to finish. And a lobby meeting room outside branding work will continue next week as well. I don't know when it's going to finish, either next or next week. We want to complete this one too. Launch planning, yes. So since incorporation is about to finalize, we will put the date on the calendar. And after that, we will produce invitation letters and everything. So I really hope next week we will know the exact launch date. University of Rwanda MOU signing ceremony is pushed. Indeed, it may be pushed one more week because some of the key figures are having travel outside of Kigali. Since they are not physically here, they suggested to push it. But the good news is we are exchanging messages on WhatsApp, we are exchanging mails. So likewise, the education promotion will be pushed. So they have asked, should it be online or in person? Obviously, our preference is in person, and they will make the arrangements accordingly. So we want to finalize the hiring of the new core dev members by next week. At the very least, we want to give out the offers. So it may take for some time for some people to finalize, but the objective is finalizing them next week. And Giving Tuesday preparations are going to go because Giving Tuesday is going to be even more close, even closer. It is Tuesday, December the 2nd. Launch rehearsals will continue, and the 3rd board meeting will take place in which we are going to collect ideas from our board members. So the 2nd board meeting was more of they were listening what I was saying, and the next one is going to be the other way around, now that they get the updates and discussion points. So this is how the agenda looks from the organizational and team. If you have any questions or points, this is the time. If not, thank you very much. Marvel.
Okay. Thank you so much, Emre, for the updates on organizations. Next, we have human resource updates, and it will be presented by David.
Hello everyone. This week it's a little busy. Finally, we managed to finalize the internship contract for the new ASTU coordinate members, and we sent them their first contract. And they came back after the signed contract. They sent it back to us. The second one is we managed to conduct first co-operator position, and we're gonna have the second round next week. This week we managed to actually yesterday and today we managed to have conduct interview for applicants. The next win for this week is we managed, actually me and Dave managed to update employee, former A2SV employees, their date, the date they resigned and everything. We managed to update that. The fourth one was to conduct the voluntary for code dev team applicants, but you cannot manage that since it was ongoing interview and it's not finalized, so it's pushed to next week. The fifth one is, like Emre said, it was nice team trip. We went to Fazenda and we have a lot of fun. Like I think we are 30 or 31 participants or ATSVians, ground operation as well as core dev and other teammates. It was good. Those who are new to Japan is a big trip, one of the best trips, and you miss that. And I think social media team gonna deposit on LinkedIn and TikTok. You can find the preview of the trip. For next week, we'll continue the interview for social media or copywriter first round, first round interview, and we're gonna start scheduling as well as conducting for core dev behavioral interview. This is the plan for next week. If you have any question or any comments, you are welcome. Thank you.
I have one question about our Ethiopia employees. So at the moment where we are in terms of contracts as well as setting up the payroll, maybe payroll question we can ask to HR, sorry, to finance, but for the contracts.
For Ethiopian, unless we hire any employee, we will almost finalize it, the contracts. On Wednesday, I can say we're gonna have full signed contract from employee side. So starting from next week, we're gonna start sign the contract and we're gonna send it back to them once we finalize and get the contract. The reason behind we didn't send the official contract is we have to manage. Everyone should sign their contract and give that to us. So it will not take much time to sign everyone going back and then every contract. When we get every contract or every employees sign their contract, we're gonna send it back to them. So I think we are left with two or three contracts. So after we get them, we're gonna start sending them the contracts. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dave, for the updates on human resource. Next, we have finance updates, and it will be presented by Dave Finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Dawit Adise. I am the head of finance at A2SV. So I'll be presenting last week's update and the next plans for the next week. So let's start from the first one. It says so we successfully set up payroll for A2SV Rwanda squad. I mean, there was some issues happened, but we managed to resolve those issues. It happened because of when we do like the execution. So and we try to communicate the banks for those people, for two people exceptionally. So like for one of them, the bank replied that the money is going to be returned within 3 or 10 business days, and for the other one, the bank said for 3 or 5 days the fund is going to be returned, and we're gonna process it. We're gonna process their salaries accordingly when the funds return. So the next update is so we continued presenting daily reports for Ethiopia, Rwanda ground operations, because like when it's come to finance needs reports every day, so that things are going smoothly and we're using our finances efficiently. The next one is monthly projection for Rwanda ground operations. It has been a while since we started our operation in Rwanda, and so we've been doing daily purchases for like for our operations here, especially for kitchen. We have several departments in Rwanda. Like one of them is kitchen, and it needs some amount of like learning, because this time around we are new to, I mean, for this operation So we've been doing daily purchases. Like finally, it has been a month and 10 days. So we learned the patterns, and we are able to like start monthly forecast for a month, like for kitchen ingredients. So for that, we required a wholesaler. So we, thanks to Benes researched for the wholesalers in the Rwanda, and she successfully found one, and this continues in the coming weeks too, because it is finance and it needs to be, I mean, optimized. So thanks to again Benis for that, and it's going to be ongoing because we just started the monthly forecasting. So yeah, it's going to be continued. The next one is, so there was as Emre tried to mention, there was a A2SV board meeting. For that board meeting, it needed some financial reports, and for that, finance department was doing some reports, and we started working on them, and I can say maybe 60 to 65% is completed, and in the coming like in the coming days, maybe in the next week, we like I can say we will be finalized maybe 100%. And yeah, that's it. So the last one is for finance updates. uh, yeah, this one is like Ethiopia's payroll, because people in Ethiopia struggle with USD accounts, as we all like experienced it, and we've been researching for this. So Dukascopy stopped. Dukascopy stopped giving USD accounts. I mean USD transfers, though we have your USD account though in the Dukascopy. And after like we asked them, we went to them to ask for whether it is started or not. They replied us, we can have USD, like we can receive USD from different banks, maybe international banks, and they said we should have some, let's say, intermediary bank in between, let's say the Ethiopian people and the US banks. So we found this intermediary bank, and we will set the payroll for those people who has Dukascopy account at the moment today. So maybe we will have a meeting around 8 today, and I hope we'll process the like we will finalize the payroll today. So for the rest of people, we can proceed with the other banks, maybe with the local banks, because you guys, some of the guys doesn't have passport at the moment. So for those people, we will send the money directly to their banks, even though the rate is very low. So this are like maybe pretty much the updates for finance. So the next, maybe for the plans, the first one is, so monthly projection is going to continue as we started, as I tried to mention. The next one is reports are going to continue. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. I've been out. Should I continue? Yes. Okay. I need a glass though. I can't see the screen. Yes. Okay. Um. Okay. The preparing financial reports for board members is going to continue. As I tried to say, we haven't finalized it yet, so that's going to continue. For this, okay. For the next one is the daily reports are going to continue for the ground operation expenses. The last one, but not the least, is like if we are not able to finalize the payroll for Ethiopian squad, maybe for the people who are in Ethiopia currently, we will continue on Monday. On Monday, yeah. I can say so. I can say we will finish it on Monday. So thank you for especially those who are in Ethiopia for your patience and yeah, continue your good job. Maybe like working your tasks. So thank you for your everything. Yeah, everyone, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dave, for the updates on finance. Okay, thank you so much, Dave, for the updates on finance. Next, we have Ethiopian education updates, and it will be presented by Desale.
Okay, thanks, Udi. So let's go to the Ethiopian education updates. So for Ethiopian education, this week was huge of a success because both the G6 education and the G7 applications are going smoothly. So let me start from the wins and present it. So on the wins, we were able to finalize everything related with G6 educations. Every stats are generated and also shared to the students in order to know whether they are eligible for the internal interviews or not. So we finished this one. And the other one is for the internal interview preparation, we have finished everything, starting from gathering heads that control the internal interviews and contest preparation squads and the like. So this is another win. And for the other one, we have posted internal interviews interest forms after a student is having mock interviews and seeing they are eligible for the internal interviews. We have posted a form, and most of the students are expressing their interests for the internal interviews. That's another win. And the other one is we have released a feedback form. So the feedback form is for the closing ceremony in order to know what needs to be fixed for the G7 education, how the G6 students' experience was, and everything, starting from which session was their favorite, which lectures were their favorite, and the like. So we have posted the feedback forms for each school, and we are gathering some incredible stats on that. And other, we have ongoing wins. The G7 application screening is ongoing, so it's almost like the stats will be presented, I guess, on the other slides. But we have like bunch of applicants on the G7 application, and it was wonderful. So we're trying to screen them out. And the other ongoing thing is interview guidelines. So we have two kinds of guidelines: the behavioral and the technical interview. So for the behavioral interview, we have finished the guidelines, and we have sent this guideline for HR in order to see it and comment on it. So he has given us some comment, and we will be fixing that, and it will be done. The technical interviews guideline is also deeply deeply structured and almost done. So we will be done with this on the next week as soon as possible. So these are the wins, and for the plans. We have the G7 in-person application essay grading. So we will be distributing every applicants for the heads, and the heads are going to see the essays, the resumes, and the like. So we will be grading them out. And the other one is G6 education closing ceremony. So we are trying to have it together for each schools in person. So we are working on that, and one of our plan is to do it together in person. So I hope this will happen next week. And the other one is, so as I have told you, everything is done for the internal interviews. So students are applying, bunch of students are applying from each schools. So we will be having a first interview contest. So the contest is already prepared. We are expecting students to apply and get ready. So we'll be having an internal interview contest, and those who performed well on the contest will be invited for the internal interviews. And as a plan, we will be having our first round of internal interviews for the G6 students. So these are our wins and plans. So if you have anything to say or to ask on the Ethiopian education updates, you can raise it. Yeah, I guess no question, so we can continue.
Okay, can you hear me now? I think you can. Okay, thank you, Desaling, for the updates on Ethiopian education. Next, we have remote education updates, and it will be presented by Naho.
All right. Thank you, Nardos. So let me try to go over first G6 remote education updates, and then we'll go over G5 remote education updates. So on the G6 side, we have continued the project phase learning track sessions. As usual, it's been running smoothly. On top of that, we have sent a feedback form to get a perspective on the students on how the sessions are going. So yeah, the form was sent today, and we're going to be processing the information, and you'll be getting their feedback by next week. On top of that, the performance review meetings for all the three tracks, web, mobile, and backend, has been conducted. We have identified students that are underperforming, and we have assigned them their heads to have serious conversations with them, and we'll be taking measures starting from next week. So those are updates related with the project-based learning track. Another update we have is in relation with using G6 remote education students basically as ambassadors for G7 G7 A2SV education promotions. So this initiative was started last week, and this week we had a review meeting with the students to see how they were progressing. And at the moment, uh, we have around 70% of them sharing the application with their universities and sharing other candidate universities to help with the reach out as well. Another update we have is we have collected 500 over 500 target university social media platforms like LinkedIn, Telegram, uh, WhatsApp, Facebook, and we have started utilizing this platform to share G7 remote education application link essentially. As last time I checked, we have gone through over 80% of the links, and at at least we have requested to join some of the groups, and for many of them we have actually successfully shared the message about the G7 G7 it was the education applications. Another update we have is the merged contest with the in-person education. It was held successfully, and just like last week, this week as well was a remote education student, Aaron, who came in first this week as well. So that is another win for remote education. And we're going to be continuing our contest as well. But this week it's not going to be merged because it's last week's contest, but the last contest for in-person education. So it's going to be an individual contest. I guess I'm going to go over that on the plan section. And then the 16th round of one-on-ones have continued on the side of remote education, and we will be finalizing it next week. So these are updates from G6 remote education. And on the G5 side, specifically on Badar project, they have finalized the deployment for backend. So there were some issues with billing, and those have been resolved last week. And this week they managed to finalize the deployment of the backend on GCP. And then some logging. This is basically a bug fix on the logging functionality has been completed. And then they had some refactoring tasks. So they have updated features to make sure that they're using clean architecture and they're up to standards. And on the mobile side, they have updated some of the components to make sure that they are using block, right? So across all features. So these are refactoring tasks, essentially. And then tasks that are currently under progress, the global internet connectivity status monitor, which basically shows whether a person is online or not. And then updating login and sign up error page. Again, this is a bug fix. It is currently being resolved. So those are updates from Bazar G5 remote education. So when we come to the plans, so for next week, we're going to be continuing the project phase learning track sessions. And with it, we're going to be continuing the performance review for all of the 3 tracks and also following up on student performances. Another thing, we're going to start processing G7 applicants. So today, the application is going to be closing, and then starting from next week, applicants will be processed, resume and CV, essay and resume grading, contests that are going to be prepared and going to be rolled out for next week. And then internal interviews will officially be announced next week. We have been collaborating with the in-person education on deciding the cutoff points and on some of the details that are involved in the internal interviews. So we have mostly finalized that. We were waiting for the final document that is going to be used for both in-person and remote education. That was taking a bit of time. That was why we were lagging behind, but we'll be finalizing that, and by next week we'll be announcing the official start of the internal interviews. And then we're going to be conducting the contest. I guess it shouldn't be merged contest, as I have said. It's just going to be the weekly contest. So the in-person education has finalized their education phase, so they will not be having contests with us. So we're just going to be doing it solo, starting from next week. So on the side of Bazaar, they're going to start working on the business setup page for mobile, which basically is used by product owners to add in products on the platform. And then start integration with the backend. This is for the web team. Since endpoints are prepared, the web team are going to start integrating their features, their components with the endpoint. And then product listing page will be implemented on the mobile side, and overall one-on-ones are going to be conducted with the entire team. So those are the plans and the updates for both G5 and G6 remote education. If there are any questions, please feel free.
So if you have any questions, please do now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is a bit low, but
Okay. Thank you for the updates on remote education now. Next, we have one education updates and we will be presenting.
So I'm going to give you the updates for G7 education, specifically for Rwanda, the education for both of our universities, which is Alka and Rwanda. So for the wins that we have is the first one for our application status. We have 200 people that have registered so far, which is a really good number. We have been promoting it both on Telegram and WhatsApp. We have been sending emails. We have been communicating with the students, and so far we have 200 people that have registered for the certification for outcome. And from those 200 people, 151 of them have been actively engaging with the sheet, solving problems, even reaching out to us on how to, whenever there are questions, they can reaching out to us, and we have been guiding them. And 151 of them have been solving questions from the sheet. and 101 people have hit the 15 questions mark, which is one of the criteria that we put to be eligible for the interviews, which is a really good number. The other one is for the University of Rwanda. For University of Rwanda, even though we didn't do any promotion, we have 73 people that have registered, a very good number, and 7 people are engaging the patient. We have sent a reminder email for all those people to actually pay attention and solve the questions that are in the sheet. So we're expecting a lot of numbers. It's basically more than 7. And currently only 1% is the one that hit the 15 question mark. And during the weekend we expect more. So this is the status update that we have for those of. And the other one is the application review. So for the starting of the interview, we have been creating the application of our students, applications from our, and 51 of them have passed for the first day of the interview. And we had a different metrics for the filtration process. And like I mentioned, 51 of them managed to pass for the first day of interview. And the second wave of interviews will be conducted next week. But for this, for the second wave, we are approaching it a little bit different. We're going to have a filtration contest. So we didn't want to assume that everyone had an experience on workforce contest before. So what we did was we prepared a detailed guideline, our document that outlines how they can participate in workforce contest. So we started with how they can register and open accounts on code courses, and then next how they can register for courses contest, uh, how to navigate the code courses website, how to write their codes, and how to paste their code and submit their solutions. So this document is going to be distributed once we finish the application for the second wave of interview, which is probably going to be tomorrow, and we're going to send it for people that passed for the interview as soon as possible. Regarding the interviews, these are the stats that we have. As of now, we have out of the 51 people that we reached out for the interview, 26 of them have been conducted already. The 16 of them have been confirmed. And as of now, there are also some interviews that are being conducted. So we expect this number to be reduced. And we have 5 people that we reached out. We haven't gotten a response yet. And 3 of them have rescheduled, and 1 interview didn't show up. This is the current stat that we have from how far. And for the plans, we're planning to create interview results. We have been interviewing starting from Tuesday, and all the results are going to be created. And hopefully, we are going to send an email of the results for the students next week. And also the filtration contest, like I explained earlier. We're going to distribute the contest documents, and we're going to conduct the contest on Monday. There's going to be a contest that is going to be used to filter out students for the interviews on Monday. And the other one is the second round of interviews. Next week, there's going to be the second round of interviews for people that are going to pass for the second round of interviews. And finally, we hope there's going to be a promotion for the University of Rwanda, but I believe it has been pushed for the coming. And to look at the stats for the current application, from Asawa University, we have 346 people registered. From Asawa ASTU, we have 250 people registered. From Adama ASTU, we have 170 people registered. And for the intercept, including our University of Rwanda, we have 1,074 people that are registered. And for the remote, we have 2,031 people that are registered, and out of those people, 421 people are active, which is really nice. And looking at the presentation of the countries, this education. Now, people have applied from 57 different countries, inside and outside of Africa, and have 34 of them and it hasn't been closed yet. So for anyone who's attending as weekly news, you know anyone that is interested in this education, seven application hasn't even closed yet. And for anyone who's watching it on YouTube, this is your chance to register for seven application. So, any questions?
So, Tim, there is one thing you can do for remote education applications as investments. So, tonight the applications are closed. And as you know, on LinkedIn, the costs are not going as long way as the organic costs. Therefore, what I'm recommending for everybody is creating an organic post with your thoughts. What is interest-free education? Why this is an excellent opportunity for any technologist in the continent, and why they should apply. Prepare your caption, and our social media team is about to share the visual in the general channel. Everybody, so please take your time, go have your conversation with generative AI, and prepare the caption for your LinkedIn post. So our social media team is going to share a visual in the general channel. You can share that image with your post. This is not going to be a reshare of an existing post from LinkedIn. Why? Because LinkedIn machine learning model does not show reshare as much as organic posts. Because the platform wants content from the people. They don't want to share all the same thing. They give more visibility than there is a new content. Therefore, let's get the visual from the general channel. Marcos is currently working on it. He's going to be there in a few minutes. And until that comes, prepare your caption team. So maybe in the meantime, I can tell you what I am preparing. A2SV Generation 7 applications closed tonight. If you are an African student aiming to become a top software engineer, this might be your moment that changes your path. A2SV has trained 1,200 plus students and helped secure 120 plus software engineering roles at global companies like Google, Amazon, Bloomberg, and Google. I'm going to give you more coding practice. We build engineers who can think deeply, solve hard problems, and create products that actually do. 2,500 plus applications have already joined. Applicants have already joined. Tonight, we close the applications, and we are pushing to reach 5,000 billable minds across the continent. If you know someone who learns fast, really wants to build your products, wants to change their life to the tech, share this with them for their life. And if you do it, spread the word, take someone who should see this. So I'll make some mind modifications on this and I'll create my post. And take your time to create your message. Let's do this now, team, because the applications are closing this midnight. So we only have hours. And I'm thinking about it. So far, I've seen hundreds of universities directly, because I didn't see all 1,000 plus, right? Remote education people, I didn't meet them in person. So I know how life-changing this opportunity is. I'm sure many of you guys already know it as well. So in that regard, think about it. There may be a brilliant mind who didn't hear about this opportunity. And maybe thanks to our post, they are doing. So in that regard, let's do what we can do That's why I want us to take this time in this meeting to create this post. Prepare your capture date. It's ready. It's not prepared. Everybody, remote people as well. This is our moment. Usually it's coming in the general channel. On stack you can find it. Yes, simple map.
Am I audible now? Okay, let me give you a few minutes so that you can make the post and I'll continue to the marketing updates. I'll give you 3 minutes so that you can make the post. So tag A2SV when you guys are posting so that we can share it as well and make it go viral. Okay, I think we can proceed, right? So next we have our marketing updates and I'll be presenting it. So we're going to start with A2SV. For A2SV, we've published 4 posts this week. First was our weekly Monday motivation that we post for our communities. It's a motivational quote in a form of video so that people start with fresh mind. So the next one, we had a G7 promotion application promotion post. It was an announcement that few hours were left, 36 hours to be honest, and now it's tonight, so you guys should promote it as well. And next we had the trip video, so you guys can see if you were not there, especially the remote people, you guys can see how much fun we had. And then we had also promoted the fundraising website, so it's posted on all social medias, so you guys can share it and maybe you could reach the right person. So next we have adults. For adults, we had a newsletter that features the state of maternal health. And next we had the interview highlights from Dr. Stephen's interview. And next we have Dime. For Dime, we had a promotion post, not posted yet, but we'll definitely post it tonight. And we finally also posted our global talent placement uh, design for Escalate. And when we come to our progresses, we're still conducting an interview with our candidates for our 3 opening in the social media. We're almost done with the copywriters, but we're left with the graphic designers and video editors. So we will be doing that next week as well. And the next things are SkillBridge rated and AfroChat posters will be coming out. We're making a little modifications on them. So we will finish probably soon and we will post it. When we come to the plans for next week, we have our weekly Monday motivation. We will also be highlighting the Cordiv hiring status update for A2SV. And we will also have an education squad video, which will highlight about the remote and in-person education and also the educations in Rwanda. We'll also have an Akio platform testimony video next week, and we will hopefully have the ceremony of University of Rwanda next week, and we'll have the coverage for that. And for adults, we'll be promoting the new versions that they've updated, and we'll also have a quiz, but this time it's going to be Amharic to test the audiences. And we'll also be conducting an interview for the rest of the openings. So if you guys have any question, if not, we can move to the next updates, which is Cordiv updates, and we're going to start with Rate It, and it will be presented by Beza.
Thank you, Nardos. For our wins, we've been indexing restaurant registration and increased the total count to 64. We also had a review session on restaurant onboarding. Also, we updated the business side of our web app. And we've also been finalizing the third round of feedback on mobile, but currently still in progress. And also, we were trying to deploy RateTap on App Store. As a plan, we'll be finalizing the third round of feedback on mobile, try to deploy RateTap on App Store, and address comments on restaurant onboarding session. We'll also generate menu pages on backend and finalize the candidate restaurant. If you have any questions, please. If not, that'll be it. Okay, thank you, Nars.
Okay, thank you so much, Beza, for the updates on Rated. Next, we have Escalate, and the updates will be presented by Clement.
Thanks, Nados. For Escalate, what we have done this week is that we have pushed most of our efforts into HR to supporting the efforts of recruiting new team members. So with that, 3 code dev interviews have been conducted, as well as 4 AUKA interviews. And we also did a launch of Upwork agency, where now we are increasing the number of talents which are in our agency. From there, we will now start looking for jobs for the talents which will be in our agency. Apart from that, guys, some of the news that I would like to share, though it is still in the pipeline, but this week, one of our member in Escalate is at the final stage of getting the job from the client. So this is some good news, because it is now showing that the possibility of what SQL can do. For hopefully next week we'll have great news that he has already secured the job. And then this week we are also going to reduce the development efforts and redirect most of our energy into the hiring. But also on the development side, we are still going to finish the designs, the UI designs of the current shortlisting, upcoming meetings and notifications. Other than that, thank you. If there's any question, all right, Nados.
Okay, thank you, Clement. If there's no question, we can move to the next one, which is DIME, and it will be presented by Bill Case.
Okay, thank you. For our list, we have for this week the deployment of the web application have been done through Google Cloud platform and has been initially. And there's also a feedback on the mobile interface that have been reviewed and the necessary UI improvement have been implemented. We have also the patching to Google authentication issue has been resolved and are now currently from backend side and currently the user can log in. We have also installed the exchange rate. On the backend, the historical exchange rate has been prepared and is going to be stored to support the upcoming financial feature. And I guess the team has begun working on the newly deployed backend, which confirms functionality in the platform in live environment. And also for the post, we have the PostgreSQL database for payment service, which has been set up, as laying the foundation for more stable and transaction handling. And last, we have the team is currently conducting interview for cooperative and educational procurement. And for the plan, the next step is first to complete the transaction tracking API and integrate full database support for updated multi-system flow. Next, to deploy the web into PGP, which we work on that still. The third one is integration efforts will continue on both platforms to ensure the transaction and the recipient page are fully functional based on the current schema changes due to Rwanda-based. The next one is the landing page will be refined and polished to improve visual appeal and onboarding experience. And at the last, we have we're going to the new notification trigger will be introduced so that the user will receive a real-time update on their transaction activity. And yeah, anyone has a question?
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you, Bilkis, for the updates on DIME.
Thank you.
Next, we have adults, and the updates will be presented by Dr. Hizam.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'll proceed to. Okay. Hello, everyone, again. So I'll proceed with the weekly wins of ADOT. So the first one is we had a social media post. It was a newsletter. And thanks to the social media team, we have a beautiful design. And the newsletter suggests new concerning points. So you can check that on the ADOT social media page. So we had a social media post and we have reviewed our landing page as we are trying to incorporate a new language, which is Kenya Rwanda. And we had different comments on that. So we have reviewed our landing page this week. So we had a sync with Clement on product presentation readiness, which was very insightful. And it was very important for us because we were trying to focus on the technical side and the medical side, but we had to see that on a business side because after all, we are going to make the products to have their own revenue. So thank you, Clement, for that, and hopefully we are going to repeat the sessions. So the other one, as a team, we had interviewed core dev and AUKA candidates. So our teammates, they are very busy, including now. So we have interviewed several candidates. The other one, we have prepared the documentation for adult piloting and partnership roadmap. So this one is on progress. We have tried to choose different organizations, different public, private, and civil society organizations, which share our visions, missions, and who are actively working on digital health application. So we try to do a good research on that. So we are trying to prepare a documentation which suggests the pilot reports and the roadmap. So the remaining thing is a review from Emre and Clement, so that we can proceed with the next step. So our next is to update the pitch deck for the upcoming rehearsal. So we are updating the pitch deck for the upcoming rehearsal and opening ceremony. So that will be over in the next few days. So the next one will be, we have refined the UI design for the measurement and vital section. So thanks to Brooke, we have the updated design on the measurement and vital section, specifically on the mother's application. So we are going to refine it, finish it, hopefully in the early next week. So our plans for the next week is to add FAQs on the chatbot. So we are planning to add some frequent asked questions from the mother side if she has any concerning questions, so she can get them through the chatbot. Our next plan for the next week is to add a pop-up text for all abnormal measurements. So if there is any abnormal measurement that the mother is feeling on the app by measuring herself, so she will have the pop-up text which tells her how to guide herself. So we are going to add a pop-up text. The next one, we are going to address different updates and feedback. So we'll provide the comments in detail, including next week. So our next week, other plan for the next week is to continue reviewing the dashboard and add search functionality for materials and regional page. Posts and to review our app by creating sample users. So as we are going to be ready for the upcoming rehearsal in the opening ceremony, we are planning to have a detailed final review before our rehearsal by creating different sample users so that we can test it from the doctor side as well as the mother side. So this was all about our weekly wins and plans. So thank you for the chance.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fitzum, for the updates on adults. Next up, we have Akil, and it will be presented by Yosef.
Thank you, Nardos. So, at Akil, we have the following weekly wins and plans for the next week. Starting from our weekly wins, we have finished the match score and summary of eligibility based on the AI. It has some issues. It has some issues in some edge cases that we have not addressed yet, but we successfully addressed that, and it's finally deployed on the backend. And also we have really re-implemented both the design and the experience of organization list and organization opportunities list, and also their derivative subcomponents and subsystems. And also we have completed the opportunity detail and apply for the opportunity pages, which also includes the express interest model, which will help the users keep the interest on that specific organization for when that organization posts future jobs or other announcements, that they can know, or they can have the information firsthand. And also we have revamped the organization detail, organization review list, and organization profile. And also we have conducted interviews, and also still conducting interviews for dev applicants. And we have also progressed on implementing the AI-assisted job searching, since it has some issues on the back end in some edge cases. We have not been able to completely finish that, but we're gonna finish the implementation as soon as possible in the first days of the next week. And also we have fixed the issues and improved the UI for organization details as well. And finally, we started working on the pitch deck for the upcoming rehearsal. So we have been a little busy on many stuffs, but since this is very important task and job to do, we have already started working on the pitch deck for it, and together with Clement, we're gonna improve that, get our rehearsals done, and be in line with that. We be in line with the other teams as well. So our plans for the next week include we're gonna review our progress and finish the polish our platforms and do some finish up tasks so that so that our platform is ready for the launch and for the presentation. And also we're gonna finish the AI resume match score and the summary of eligibility detail functionality. And also we're gonna implement export to CSV functionality so that we can add the applicants in bulk. And also we're gonna for post opportunity we're gonna make the preview editable and also we're gonna going to implement the talentful upload functionality that is kind of similar to the export CSV functionality, but no add bulk applicants functionality, but it's for the overall talent pool. And also we're gonna finish the organization follow and follow feature, finish working on the pitch deck for the upcoming rehearsal together with the feedbacks and lessons that we're getting from Clement. And finally, we're going to deploy our latest version on all platforms. And also we're going to be ready for our pitch deck. So this is our plans. This is our weekly wins and our plans for the next week. If anybody has questions, you're welcome to ask.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph. If there are no questions, we can move to the next one, which is Killbridge, and it will be presented by Hasit.
Okay, so hi everyone. So for our wins for this week, we started prepping for the launch demo. So that's one. And then we're also try to fix the learning path issues and updating the UI, and also authentication page has been updated for to have a better UX. And so now the quiz feature is working, now it's showing the correct answers. And then we were able to update the homepage UI to make the quizzes and contests easily accessible. And then so yeah, so we also implemented the feature that's gonna show um, the number of views on the videos that we have implemented with the courses, and also the number of enrollments of the students who has started the courses. That's and the other one is we also try to fix the iOS caching issues and release the iOS version of our app. And then now so the feature was, so when we have implemented the videos on the app, the videos would direct them to the app. So now it can open in that the app browser. So now we have fixed that. So the plans for next week is going to be we're going to update the admin dashboard and be able to add contests for Rwanda, and also work on the mock exams and contest endpoints. And we're going to add the short answers mock exams as well for Rwanda. And then so we're going to populate the rest of the generated courses with their videos, and then deploy the Android version of the app, the newly updated app. And then we're going to continue working on the weekly contest. So if anyone has any questions, open to answer. Okay. Next week. Yeah, so the plans for the next week is going to be deploying it. So it's just going to be testing the iOS and then also the Android. So
and that's it. Also, I want to take this as an opportunity to say thank you to all Stitch members, because in such a short amount of time, the team was able to curate the content for Rwanda and make some major changes. Like even in the past, we weren't supporting short answer questions. Everything was multiple choice. And now we utilize Gen AI to support short answer questions too. It is remarkable that the product is shifting, let's say, target market in such a short amount of time with quality. Exciting times. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Hasit, for the updates on SkillBridge. Next, we have AfroChat, and it will be presented by Zoe.
So, for AfroChat this week, I wouldn't say so much because most of the team was on the education squad. So, but to start with the wins, we added Amharic to the supported language list for our localization, and we updated the light mode for the wave. It was suggested by Clement, and we also updated the chat room to scroll down automatically. And the tasks that we started and we couldn't manage to finish is we started integrating text to speech and speech to text in our app, and we started the guest option for some chats like as a starting point, and we also started the auto model search based on the response. When you send a response, like it can choose between thinking model and like fast models for a better user experience. And we started implementing the chat stream to return the response by chunk instead of returning all the response at once. And we also like updated some of the model prompts, and but we couldn't manage to finish them. So for the plans this next week, we will implement and we will hopefully finish the chat streaming, updating the model prompts, and integrating the text to speech and speech to text on our mobile and web. And we will hopefully fix the payment issue with Stripe, and we will deploy the app to App Store and Play Store. And the guest option is also started this week, so hopefully we will finish it on the next week plans. So if you have questions, if not, I guess Narcos.
Okay, thank you so much, Zoe, for the updates on AfroChat. Next, we have PrepPro, and it will be presented by Heyman.
Hi everyone, this is Ayman, and I'll be presenting you the weekly wins for PrepPro. So last week we were able to complete the designs for the web. So during this week, we initialized the development and implementation part of the components on the front end, and for the back end, we finalized most of the endpoints required by the front end team, and received reviews from Emre. Since we have received some of the comments on them, we will address them. And apart from the implementation side, in order for us to get assisted during the integration of newly implemented things, we set up code review tools that leverage AI. So these are the wins for this week. And for next week, we have some set of plans. And the first one is to implement the web components that have their corresponding designs approved. So the initialized core components are supposed to be grown onto better looking components. So this is what we are going to do next week on the website. And for the mobile designs, it's almost at its completion phase. So we will wrap up with the designs related to the mobile. And on the backend side, since the front end team is going to use the APIs within the upcoming weeks, we're planning to create a comprehensive API documentation. So this is the plans we have for the next week. If you have any question.
Okay, if there are no questions, thank you, Heyman, for the updates. Next, we have IMCI, and it will be presented by Afomia.
Okay, hi everyone. This is Afomia, and I will present IMCI's weekly wins. So for this week, we from the backend side, we have finalized the admin implementation, and we have also enabled secure organizational level sign up workflow since from the organization perspective, we have two different sign up process, and we have completed that implementation, and we have implemented the individual user onboarding process also. And from the design side, we have implemented the overall UI consistency, and we have updated authentication in patient identity flows. Uh, so these are the wins, and our plan for the next week includes we're going to implement notification system for the admin side, doctors and lab technicians, overall the medical staffs, and we're going to write some tests for that also, some unit and integration test. And from the um, design part, we are going to finalize the lab workflow updates and polish closed cases, filtering and card layouts across the patient screens. So these are the wins and plans for the next week. Um, thank you. These are all. If you have any question, I can answer.
Okay. Thank you, Afomia. If there are no questions, let's conclude it with our conclusive remark and quote of the day, and it will be given by Clement.
Right. Thanks again, Naros. Yeah. So the quote of the day it's show up, show up, show up, and after a while the muse will show up. So what does that mean? So the muse is it's like a person, or it's like that force which comes to motivate you, right? But that force or that person, let's just say that is shy. You only show up when you're already in the activity. So get your hands dirty, get the laptop, get whatever you're doing, start working. You never know where the inspiration will come from. It will come when it's unexpected. Let's say if you are doing some design, some UI, just start drawing some boxes. The UI will come. There will be no perfect time for anything. Let's just get started. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Clement, for presenting the quote of the day, and thank you everyone for joining. Um, so we're concluding our weekly wins. Thank you all. Have a good weekend.
So, team, did we make the posts? Can we see the hands? How many people already posted? Etsupting, Dr. Fitzum, Haset, Bereket, Joshua, Dave. Are we on it? As well as remote people. Yosef, Hivot, Kidist, Nahom, Afomia, and others. So team, please, let's not forget about that. Yes, we are concluding our meeting, but let's make sure today, before we check out, we share this post with our LinkedIn communities, because there may be a great African talent who didn't hear about this opportunity yet. They may be following us, they may not be following us, but they may see it on their LinkedIn feed if we do it now.